In this video, we're gonna practice a number of questions in the hope of honing our analysis and evaluation skills. We're gonna come across a number of questions, and in each question, we're gonna find patterns, we're gonna find options. We have to apply our analysis skills in order to study each pattern and identify the relation among different patterns, based on which we're gonna logically evaluate different choices to reach the logical conclusion in each question.
So let's practice the following questions. In this question, we can see the question head and 4 choices. The question head says, if we use the symbol HHUMJTK to refer to the word friend, the suitable symbol which refers to the word candle is what? Is it A, B, C, or D? So we can simply organize the question head like this. I have friends, friend, see the letters in friend, and the symbol that refers to friend is H U M J T K. I want to ask myself a question. What's the relation here? What's the relation here? Let's think about it. So we can say that F goes to H, and in order to go to H, it jumps one letter, which is G. We say in the alphabet F, G, H. So it's G, which is one letter, which is G. What about R reaching U? So it jumps 2 letters, which is S and T. So what about the following I? The following I can reach from I to M, jumping 3 letters. I, J, K, L. J, so I have J, K, L. Those are J, K, L are the 3 letters between I and M. Let's move to the E, the letter E in friend, and see the number of letters it will pass in order to reach J. Can think about here 5 letters. Let's count A, B, C, D, E. So start at E. E, F, G, H, I. F, G, H, I. 5 letters. Let's go to N in the word friend, and let's see how many numbers are there between N and S in the English alphabet. So we can use your memory of the English alphabet. Just try to refresh your mind about the English alphabet: A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, M. So here is M. Then start M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, then T. So we have 5 letters. Let's do the same with D. In order to reach K, so D, so I have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, then K. So I have here 6 letters. So here I know the relationship between the item and the symbol, between the word. Here is the word, here is the symbol. And now I know the relationship between the symbol and the word. In other words, I know how the symbol is created from the word based on this, what we can figuratively call code. Okay, so if I can do this with the word candle, the word candle, can I reach to the reference, the symbol that refers to the word candle? Okay, let's try to do the same. So in case C will be similar to F, C in candle will be similar to F in friend. C in candle will be similar to F in friend. In F and friend, we jumped 1 letter to reach A, to reach H. So C will jump 1 letter to reach E. So I can here imagine that the symbol I'm trying to reach, the symbol that represents candle, that I write and that I write to reach, it starts with E. So A will be wrong, B will be wrong, C maybe C or D. So what will make me reach my answer clearly is just make the same effort with A. A in candle is similar to R in friend. In the case of R, it jumped 2 letters, which are S and T, to reach the word U. So if we did the same with A will jump B, C, and it will reach D. Okay, that's enough to know the right answer. So our symbol, or the symbol the question asks me about, it starts with E and D. So the choice D will be wrong, the choice C will be right. So I can simply manage the question in a very good, organized, intelligent manner. First, I have a clue, I have some information that the word friend is referred to by a symbol HUMJTK. First, I have to know the relationship between the word and the symbol, how the word moved to the symbol. If I can analyze this, and break everything into smaller parts, so I can understand the relationship between different pieces of information collected, so I can also use some evaluation skills. Okay, I can evaluate that the candle is a word. If I want to reach to the symbol that represents the word Campbell, it will reach the same pattern in the word self with the word friend. So here I also evaluated different choices. In this making this effort, I will also evaluate different choices So I could be able to eliminate two choices and leave two other choices. I made further evaluation, so I reached the right answer. In this slide, the question is complete the series. The question means that I have a series of patterns, pattern 1, pattern 2, pattern 3, pattern 4, and they are in sequence. Okay. Some relationship or some relation connects pattern 1, 2, 3, 4 in a sequence pattern. Okay, so he asks me complete the series. It means he requires to find the fifth pattern that achieves or that goes in accordance with the type of relation that connects the four patterns in a certain sequence. Okay, so I have to make some analysis, and also after that I'll make some evaluation. I can start by analyzing the situation first. This situation in pattern 1 is big square with two shapes. Shape number 1 is a line, this line, okay, that separates the upper side of the square, and it is perpendicular to it as well. I have another black square in the upper left corner. Okay. In the second pattern, I have the same square, the square moved diagonally, and it appeared here. Then a bigger square appeared in its original place. Okay. Also, most important, the line moved to the corner, moved clockwise, in a clockwise movement to the corner up to the upper right corner, and pointing diagonally inside the square. We see pattern number 3, it's also the same big square. Now we can see that the black square, the smaller square disappeared, and the black square moved from the upper left corner, to the lower right corner here. Okay, with the appearance of a new white square in the upper left corner. Also, the line moved clockwise from the upper right corner to the middle of the right side of the square, and it is perpendicular to it. Okay, in the fourth square we have the same big square. I can see that the square here disappeared, and the square in the upper left corner moved to its place, so it became here. Okay, it became here. I also noticed that the line moved another clockwise movement to be in the corner to come across or to divide the corner angle or the right angle in the lower right angle of the lower right angle of the square. But here what we can notice is that we don't have an appearance of a pattern or a shape here. So what is consistent here in our opinion, that the line moves in a regular consistent movement, one movement to the right. In other ways, one clockwise movement. It's moving clockwise one step. Okay, here from the middle of the upper side of the corner, and here to the upper right corner, then moves to in the middle of the right side of the square, then moves to the lower right corner. Okay, so I can logically depend on the pattern, the movement of the line, the clockwise movement of the lines, rather than the changes happening in the squares, because the changes happened in the square loosed its line of reasoning or its sequence in the fourth pattern. Okay, so what I expect now, I can logically, after this analysis of the relation between the different patterns, and I figured this relation, I can simply and logically induce or infer the fifth pattern. The fifth pattern here among it's one of them, A, B, C, and D. And if I check if I evaluate, we need evaluation of each one of the available options. And I ask myself, in each option, does this pattern, or does this choice will be drawn logically from the previous four passages, which are in a sequence, in a logical sequence, something connects them. So it's easy. Let's think about the line here in the fourth pattern. So I expect this line, according to its history of clockwise movement, it will move to this place, to the center of the here in the center of the bottom line or the bottom side of the square. So A doesn't give me this, B doesn't give me this, D doesn't give me this, so C gives me this, achieves or completes the series in a logical sense or in a logical sequence. Let's try some analysis and evaluation to complete this series to find the fifth pattern that is logically connected to pattern 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we need to analyze this information and to evaluate different choices, come up with the logic fifth pattern. Okay, let's focus here on the facts we analyze or the patterns we analyze. So number 1, 2, 3, 4. We notice that there is an alteration. We know first pattern or each pattern of them has a large square. This is a large square, and an inner, a big, and in the inner part has large circle and a small circle. Okay, and we have two lines perpendicular to each other, one long, one short, one long, one short. No problem. So we can see that in pattern 1 and 3, they keep the same color of the small circle. In 2 and 4 patterns, they have different color, the black color. So across 1, 2, 3, 4 patterns, we see that the color of the small circle changes from white, black, white, black. So I can expect that my logical choice will be white, not black, because that is based on the kind of pattern or the kind of relation I analyzed and I figured out while analyzing patterns 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'll get rid of B, I'll get rid of D. So I'm left with A, I'm left with C. One of them is the best choice. So let's find another clue to determine whether the right choice is A or C. So we can see that. Let's focus on the lines. I have the perpendicular lines here in pattern 1, the same perpendicular lines in pattern B. So in pattern 3 we have added a new addition to the vertical line. Okay, and the resulted line, the resulted shape, all of the shape was here. Okay, so the position of the shape, however shape we have, whatever shape we have in all patterns, it is fixed. It doesn't rotate neither to the right, neither to the left. In choice A, we can see that the pattern is rotated to the right, or it may have rotated to the left, making the long line in the vertical position and the short line in making the long line in a horizontal position and the vertical line and the short line in a vertical position. That's not the case. That cannot be drawn based on our analysis of patterns 1, 2, 3, 4. That's wrong. We opt for C. C is the right answer. So in this slide we have this question which asks us to complete the series. Okay, to find the fifth pattern. According to pattern 1, the sequence in pattern 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we make some analysis here to the relation connecting the 4 pattern, we can find here black square, white square, black square. Then this black square moved to the right, okay, and at the same time this black square moved to the right, okay. A new square with a different color moved inward, okay, from up there, okay. So that continues to happen in pattern 3 and in pattern 4. Okay. So after pattern 4, I expect this black square to move up and a new black square will move downwards here. So this make me cancel B and cancel D. Okay, so I'll be left with C and A. Okay, C and A can do this for me. I have here the black square and I have a new introduction of a black square. Okay, so that's okay with C and A, but C has this square, which is obviously and just an addition, extra square in the middle. So I'll eliminate, which it does not present in the whole patterns, in the 4 patterns. So I eliminate C and I'm left with A is the right answer. Here we have the same question and it asks us to find the 5th pattern. If we have pattern 1, 2, 3, 4, I have the 4 patterns, and the question asks for the 5th pattern. So I'll do some analysis here to find the relation. This relation connects the 4 patterns. Based on this, I can logically reach a conclusion. I will evaluation. I'll do some evaluation to the possible choices to reach the correct or the logical conclusion about the right pattern among choices A, B, C, and D. So let's start with analysis to find the relation between patterns 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's focus here in pattern 1. I think we have, let's try to count the number of shapes included in the big square. So we have 1 black rectangle, 1 white rectangle, so they are 2 now. We have white square, we have, which is a little bit larger from another square, which is here, black square, small black square. So we have 4 figures, or if we have 4 shapes, and we have 4 lines. This is a line, this is another line, this is another line, this is another line. So the number of shapes included here are 8. I think here we have the same number. This is number 1, that is the square. Okay, another square, small square, black square, 2 rectangles. So I have 4 and 3 lines here and 1 line here. So I have here another 8 shapes. here also I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Also I have here, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'll expect that my choice will have also 8 shapes in the pattern. If I go to A, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So A is eliminated. B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So B can be a good choice, good candidate here. C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I eliminate C. With D, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 6, so I eliminate D. The right choice is obviously B. In this question, I'm also required to complete this statement. Here we don't have sequence, we don't have series of patterns, we have here a kind of a statement. As we see here that pattern 1 to pattern 2 is the relation between pattern 1 and pattern 2 is analogical to the relation or similar to the relation between pattern 3 and pattern 4. So we will understand. So first we have to analyze and understand. Analyze, we'll do some analysis to the relation, to identify the relation between pattern 1 and pattern 2. And in light of this, we will try to apply this relation or use this relation to find our target here, okay, based on this relation. If we apply this relation to pattern 3 and 4, I can figure out the pattern 4 among choices A, B, C, and D. So let's predict what pattern 4 could be like. Okay, we will start with analyzing the relation between pattern 1 and pattern 2. See, we have this square is opposite to this square. That's great. This square is in the outer position and this one is in the outer position. We have here line, vertical line, vertical line. We have here diagonal line, we have diagonal line. Okay, I will go to pattern 3 to use the same relation, to use the relation I figured out between patterns 1 and 2, and to apply this to pattern 3 so I can logically infer pattern 4. So I expect this this square will be here, and that can be obviously present in choice B only, because choice A does not give me this, choice C does not give me this, choice E does not give me this. So that's an easy question. So we came to the right answer quickly. Here is another question of the same type. Complete the statement or use the relation between pattern 1 and 2, because this relation will be the same between pattern 3 and 4. So based on the relation, I can analyze and identify between patterns 1 and 2. I'll depend on this relation, and in light of it I can come up with, or I can identify pattern 4 if I have pattern 3. So let's study or analyze pattern 1 and 2 and find out the relation between them. First, I have this square, this rectangle, this white rectangle. It moved upward here. In pattern 2 it moved upward. So I expect the pattern here in 3, this pattern, to move upward, and this is not present, this is not achieved in B, so I will exclude and eliminate B. So that happens in A, C, and D, so keep them. Another thing, that the small square here has changed its color in pattern 2. So if this is the case in between 3 and 4, so the black square will be white one. I can expect this, and this happened in A and B and D, but not in C, so I exclude C. Now let's focus here on the black box with the horizontal dash. So we can figure out that the relation between this shape in patterns 1 and 2, that obviously they moved either clockwise or anti-clockwise, either clockwise or anti-clockwise, but they moved in a way that made the dash, that changed the dash from horizontal position to vertical position. So let me see if A can achieve this or D can achieve this. So I'll focus here on this figure, okay, this figure in paragraph in pattern 3. I have kind of a cross, so with a horizontal long line and vertical thick, with a horizontal thin line and a vertical thick line. So if it moves clockwise or anti-clockwise, so that will be that A does not give me this, but D can give me this, so I choose D. This is another good question. Here is another question of the same type. Complete the statement or use the relation between pattern 1 and 2, because this relation will be the same between pattern 3 and 4. So based on the relation, I can analyze and identify between patterns 1 and 2. I'll depend on this relation, and in light of it I can come up with, or I can identify pattern 4 if I have pattern 3. So let's study or analyze pattern 1 and 2 and find out the relation between them. First, I have this square, this rectangle, this white rectangle. It moved upward here. In pattern 2 it moved upward. So I expect the pattern here in 3, this pattern, to move upward, and this is not present, this is not achieved in B, so I will exclude and eliminate B. So that happens in A, C, and D, so keep them. Another thing, that the small square here has changed its color in in pattern 2. So if this is the case in between 3 and 4, so the black square will be white one. I can expect this. And this happened with this happened in A and B and D, but not in C, so I exclude C. Now let's focus here on the black box with the horizontal dash. So we can figure out that the relation between this shape in patterns 1 and 2, that obviously they moved either clockwise or anti-clockwise, either clockwise or anti-clockwise, but they moved in a way that made the dash, that changed the dash from horizontal position to vertical position. So let me see if A can achieve this or D can achieve this. So I'll focus here on this figure, okay, this figure in paragraph in pattern 3. I have kind of a cross, so with a horizontal long line and vertical thick, with a horizontal thin line and a vertical thick line. So if it moves clockwise or anti-clockwise, so that will be that A does not give me this, but D can give me this, so I choose D. This is another good question. This is another question, asks us to complete the statement and come up with the missing pattern here. So I can name pattern 1, pattern 2. We have here a relation between pattern 1, a relation between pattern 1 and pattern 2. So if I analyze this relation and I identify the connection between pattern 1 and pattern 2, so using pattern 3 or based on pattern 3, I can logically find pattern 4 among choices A, B, C, and D. So first, let's go to pattern 1 and notice the kind of movement here between pattern 1 and pattern 2. You can here imagine that there is a kind of movement. The two triangles here, as if they were folded inward. So I can imagine that the two sides here in pattern 3 will be folded inward, and I'll come with C. A does not give me this, does not give me this, B does not give me this, and C and D does not give me this, so C is the right answer. This is a very good one as well. Working on this question as well. So this is pattern 1, pattern 2, pattern 3, and the missing one is pattern 4. So let's analyze the relation between pattern 1 and 2. Let's see what's happening. So what's happening here, this square, the white square, moved one movement here, it became here. Okay. The black square moved another move to the right, one move to and it is located here. So what I expect when I apply this to pattern 3, so I'll expect that both the black square and the white square will move one movement. So I'll check and evaluate each one of the choices A, B, C, and D. In A, it moved one movement to the left, Okay, so the black one is okay, is here, and the white square moved one movement to the left, okay, and it became here. So A is a good candidate. So it may be A. So let's see also other choices and evaluate each one of them. B, in B, so we have the black square move two movements, okay, and that makes me opt out of choosing B. In C, I see that although the black square moved one movement, the white one moved more than one movement. It moved from here to there, then from here to there, then from here to there. Okay, that makes me opt out of choosing C. In D, the black square moved more than one movement from here to there, then to there, so two movements. So I eliminate D. I will be left with A, which is the right answer. Let's focus here on this question. So we need this pattern to be discovered. I'll focus on analyzing pattern 1, pattern 2, find out the relation, then apply this to 3 and 4. I may discover 4 among choices A, B, C, and D. So let's first study the relation between, or the connection between 1 and 2. So I have two parallel lines here, they are maintained in 2. Okay, we notice that in 2 we have extra, or an addition of two parallel lines in the vertical position. So we added the same lines, the same horizontal lines, I added to the same number in a vertical position. Okay, and I noticed that the black square moved inward, or moved to the center of the square, the big square, this square. Okay, so what it changed here is I added the same number of horizontal lines as vertical lines. This is number 1. Number 2, the movement of the black square from the upper left corner to the center of the big square. So if I apply this to 3 in order to come up with a prediction about 4, okay, so I think we had to add one line, not two, one line, based on what happened between 1 and A. We added the same number of the vertical lines, so with the same number of horizontal lines. So we have one horizontal line, so I think we should add only one vertical line. That happened with B, that happened with C, that happened with D as well. We added a vertical, but we didn't. We added one. We can add one vertical line, but we should keep the horizontal line, and this happened with B and C. It didn't happen with D, because in D, the D choice eliminated the vertical line, and in A we can eliminate A because it added extra horizontal line, which was not the case. So I'm here trying to figure out which one is the correct answer, B or C. Let's come back to figure 3. Figure 3, in light of what happened between figure 1 and 2, so the white box, or the white square in the upper left corner, will move to the center, and ask yourself, will it change its color? No, because the black square didn't change. The black square didn't change its color when it moved in the case of patterns 1 and 2. So I expect B is not the good choice because it changed the color to black. So C is my right choice. In this question we have a lot of data and pieces of information. Okay, we have around 8 boxes, and we need to find out the one that can logically complete the boxes, and we come with the 8th box. Okay, how we're gonna use the relation, how we're gonna analyze and identify the relation between the seven boxes, which are put in a certain order, to come up with the 8th one. Okay, and to evaluate different choices and to find the 8th one. Okay, if we check this, the seven boxes vertically and horizontally. Let's try horizontally. We see this row in which the first one is blank. There is one addition of white box in the upper left corner, and when it moves here, we have another addition of white box or white square in the upper right corner. Okay, that happens. Okay, here in the second row we didn't start with a black box. We started with a box with a black square in the lower right corner. Okay, then another addition of white square in the upper left corner, and another addition to a white square in the upper right corner. Okay, and another addition here, there is no addition here because they kept appearing. The black square kept appearing. Okay, it kept appearing, but the addition here happens in the white boxes. Okay, so I can expect in the third row, so I'll keep the boxes. So I expect a black box here, I expect black box here. And in the second box, which is this, we added the white box, and so I'll add a white box here and white box here. Okay, so I need two boxes at the top, and two white boxes at the top, two black boxes at the bottom. So eliminate C, eliminate B, and eliminate A. D is the right answer. Here this question seems a little bit complicated, but we're gonna use our analysis and evaluation skills to figure out the right answer. Here we are in pursuit of finding the 8th pattern here. So we're gonna study, as we did in the previous example, we're gonna study the changes in rows and find out our best answer. Let's study the first row. We have an oval. We have an oval structure here. Okay, in a horizontal position. Then we have it here. We added a vertical one. Okay, then we eliminated in the third box. We eliminated the vertical oval shape, and we kept only the vertical one. Okay, so there is something happening here, or there is a kind of a change happening in a certain organized way or certain regular way. So when it comes to, let's study the boxes. I have here black boxes, then the black boxes move to the center, and we have a white box or a white square appeared here. So in the following one, we kept the same black box or the same black square in the middle. We kept the white square in its position, and we added this one. We added this black one. Okay, this may be a clue. Okay, here one. This may be a clue. Let's give it another look. We have it, the black one here. It moved to the center, so it became here. It appeared. So there is a white box here. Okay, appeared here. So can we find this? Can we find this, or can we find this in the third one here? I think no, because we don't find movement. The movement that happened in this black box to the center doesn't happen here in the second case. This box didn't move, so we cannot depend on boxes because the change is not regular. The change in boxes is not regular. There isn't something that we can inductively use to reach target, because the number of them, the number of small squares, or the number of squares, and their movement or their change is not regular, so we can not depend on them to figure out, to inductively find our answer. So let's from the first row, let's only extract the idea that we have a regular change here. We have the oval structure horizontal, then the oval structure again horizontal. We added another vertical oval structure. We removed the horizontal one, and we kept the vertical one. In the second row, we can notice that in the first box, this row, let's study this row. We have the rectangle, big rectangle with black box at the bottom. Okay, we kept the same rectangle. But we eliminated the box, and we have the white box here, a smaller one. So we kept it, then we eliminated it here. We eliminated the big rectangle. Okay, and we added the box. So can we have something regular here? Yeah, we have the big rectangle. Okay, we kept it, then we eliminated. We kept it, then we eliminated. Okay, so I think if we depended on the relation, so the relation here between patterns in the first row and in the second row has now a certain shape or a certain meaning. So we first have something big, either an oval structure or a rectangle, then we keep it, then we eliminate it. So in the third row, I have a vertical, not horizontal this time, a vertical oval structure. We keep it, then we eliminate it here. So I want an element. So my prediction for the eighth pattern is that it does not have a vertical oval structure. So the vertical oval structure will be eliminated, and that doesn't happen either in B, neither in B, nor C, nor D. All of them have a vertical oval structure, so it's A, which is the right answer. Here we have some of domino pieces. Okay, I want to figure out this one. I want to reach a judgment, or to give an opinion about this one. Okay, so I'll make sure I understand the relationship, or the relation between different pieces of domino, and I may put my hand on the kind of connection, the thing that connects, or the idea, or the relation that connects the different pieces of domino, and based on this, or in light of this, I'll reach my conclusion about which choice is right, A, B, C, or D. First, we have here 6 2 2 5 4 1 0 3 2 blank 0. So I can find here there is a sequence here: 6 5 4 3 2 1. So I expect here there is a blank. So C is not, D is not, A is not, B is the right answer here. Another question about domino pieces. Okay, so I need to figure out this domino piece. Which domino piece is this? Okay, among the choices A, B, C, and D. So let's find the connection. Let's analyze the different pieces of domino and find the relation. I have here 3, this one, 3 blank 0 blank 3 2 3 blank 3 4 5 blank. Let's find the connection. Can we figure a connection here? Let's find a connection. Okay, this is blank, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5. So I expect here 6. So which one gives me 6 here? Here I expect 6 points. So A does not, B does not, C does not, only D, which is the right choice. In this style of questions, we don't have here the series of patterns, and he asks us to find the pattern which completes the statement or complete the series. Here we have 5 patterns, and the question is, which pattern is the odd one? The odd one means the pattern that is not consistent with the sequence or what's common among the other 4 patterns. We ask here about the pattern that is strange among other patterns. Let's understand this by practicing how to analyze and evaluate this question. First, we have to study, we have to analyze and identify the relationship between different patterns, and there will be one that is not consistent with the other patterns. For example, we have A here. Let's study A. We have line and on one side of the line we have black square, white square. Okay, here, for example, E, we have the same line, and we have also black square and white square on the same side. Okay, and we have D, we have a line, but we have the line here, but when we have the line, okay, and the squares are on different sides, and when they are on different sides, they have the same color, which is white. Okay, here in B we have the line, and we have black box on one side and another box on the other side. So you can figure here something, that when the boxes are on the same side, when boxes on the same side, they have different colors. When boxes are on different sizes, different sides of the line, they have the same color. And if we look to see, we have two squares on different sides, but at this moment they have different colors, which makes this pattern the odd pattern, or the strange pattern among other patterns. Okay, so C is the answer to the question, which pattern is the odd pattern. We can find the same here. Okay, if we study, let's study each pattern. In the pattern A, we have the black boxes internally facing each other. Okay, and we have white boxes on this side and on different sides. Okay, facing different directions. In B, we have boxes, the black boxes have the same pattern. Okay, and we have the white box, one on this side and this on this side, and this is on side. So the white boxes here, as if they are directing to anti-clockwise. Okay, here in C, in pattern C, we have the black boxes, okay, facing each other. Okay, the white box, this white box is going or has the direction of anti-clockwise or clockwise, and this as well clockwise. Pattern D, we have the same black boxes facing each other, and one of the white boxes towards the it's anti-clockwise and the other is anti-clockwise. Okay, in E we have also the black boxes facing each other. One of the white boxes is going clockwise and the other is going clockwise. So we can figure that when it comes to E, when it comes to D, when it comes to C, when it comes to B, okay, so we have the same condition with the two black boxes, and sometimes for the white boxes, sometimes they are directed anti-clockwise as in D. Okay, as in D they go anti-clockwise, as in B they go anti-clockwise, but in case of C they are clockwise, and E it's a clockwise. They have the same direction. But when it comes to A, the black boxes have the same condition, but the white boxes have different direction. One of them is in the direction of this box is toward the direction of clockwise, and the direction of this box is anti-clockwise. So A is different from other patterns. So my choice, so if I ask the question which one is the odd pattern, so my choice will be A. Also, we can examine this slide. We find 5 patterns. One of them is an odd pattern, strange pattern, a pattern that does not match the other patterns. Okay, so let's find which one and why it is different. Which one is different from the other 4 patterns and why. Let's study each one. Here in A, we have this shape which has 5 sides. This shape, which is a triangle, have 3 sides. So we can, the number of sides here, or the number of lines, we are 8 line. So in B we have 2 squares, so we have 8 sides, 8 lines. In C we have 2 triangles, so 2 triangles count for 6 sides or 6 lines, and maybe 2 small squares count for another 2 lines, so we have 8. In D we have a square with 5 lines or 5 sides and one circle, which we consider is one line, so I have 4 plus 1 is 5 lines. Here in E I have the square, 5 lines, the triangle, 3 lines, and the circle, another line, so I have 8. So it's easy to figure out the odd pattern, which is D. Here is another question. We have 5 patterns. One of them is an odd pattern. Let's start with A. Pattern A, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 black boxes, 3 white boxes. Pattern, so we have 4 black, we have 3 white boxes. In pattern B we have also 4 black, 3 white. In pattern C we have 4 black, 3 white. In pattern D we have 3 black, 3 white. In pattern E we have also 4 blacks and 3 white. So the odd one is simply D. This is the odd one. If the question what's the odd pattern, will be D, because it has 3 black boxes and 3 white boxes, which is different from other patterns. Let's try to answer this question, which is also asking us to find the odd pattern among the 5 patterns. Let's study each pattern. So in A we have 2 white boxes, 1 black. B, 1 white, 2 black. C, 2 black, 2 white. D, 2 white, 1 black. E, 1 white, 3 black. Okay, if we use this information that we observed here across all patterns, can this information help us find the odd one? I think no. Even though the E pattern E has 3 black boxes and white, 3 black boxes, white and 1 white. Okay, but in D it has also 2 white, 1 black. C, the number is equal, 2 black, 2 white. In B, 1 black versus, or 1 white versus 2 black. In D, 2 black, 2 black, two white versus one black. So the number of the different, so like an example in A, the number of the white boxes is always always exceeds the black box with one. Okay, when it comes to B, that also the two black boxes exceed the number of the one white box by one. In C, it neither of them exceeds the other. Okay, and in D, the two white boxes exceed the black box by one. Okay, but here in E, three black boxes exceed the one box by two, because three boxes versus one black box. So here it's not purely logical to, it doesn't help to figure out the odd or to strongly believe that E is the odd one. Maybe there is something else that can help me figure out the four consistent patterns and to figure out the odd versus the odd pattern. If we can give it more focus and attention, we can find that in pattern A, the white small box is located far from the bigger white box. There is a septum here, or there is a barrier here. It happened here also in B, because the small black box is far from the big black box and separated by this line. In C, you can find the white small box is far from the big white box and separated by a line, and this happens in the same way with the small black box and the big black box. In D as well, we have the white box, small black box, far from the white box with a separator here, a line separating them. But when it comes to E, although this black box is far from the big black box by a separator, but there is something that is strange here: the presence of a small black box that is near to the big black box and it's not separate. This is odd. This is strange. This is not found in any of the other patterns. That's why we claim that E is the odd pattern. Okay, that was just an attempt or a try to use our analysis and evaluation skills to deal with different patterns, and to practice analysis and evaluation to identify the relation between patterns, to analyze the possible outcomes, and according to the type of questions, we have different type of questions like complete the series, complete the statement, or find the odd pattern, and all of them have the same target, which get us trained on how to use analysis skills and evaluation skills to find or to reach the good conclusion, reasonable conclusion, logical conclusion. Thank you so much.